Hello and welcome to this channel. This is the Eradicator, and in today's video we're going to talk about automatic gimbals, which is one of the new features of this patch Alpha 3.5. And well, the least we could say is that this feature is rather controversial. A lot of people are talking against it. A lot of people are actually thrilled by it. I would say that I am quite glad this feature is there, and I will tell you why, but at the same time, I also understand the frustration of some of the most advanced players who have been spending a lot of time honing their skills in Arena Commander and in the verse, and they need to completely either relearn how to fly or deal with players who are not as skilled, who haven't worked as much, and who are going to inflict more damage or even eventually pose a threat to these players who were not threatened by these players before. And I cannot really understand their frustration, but at the same time, I will tell you here why this is a good thing. So what you need to understand about dogfighting in Star Citizen, especially we're talking about, competitive dogfighting, people who are spending, thousands of hours into the game to hone their skills and become really the elite of the Star Citizen, is that these players, I don't believe that they are going to be matched by players who use automatic gimbals. And here's why, guys. Not everybody has the time to learn how to fly to the perfection. Not everybody has the time to learn all the game mechanics. And the current design right now is made so that if you're using fixed weapons or even the regular gimbal weapons, you are still going to have an edge because these weapons are more accurate. These weapons are more precise if you hit your target. And that is going to give you an edge. You are going to be able to hit the right components. You are going to be able to hit the cockpit. Whereas if you are using gimbal weapons, that's actually not the case. And as you can see in this footage, the gimbal weapons, if I'm using the automatic mode, are just randomly shooting at whatever they can on the ship. So that is it's good to take down the shields, but as soon as the shields are down, you still need to destroy the components, destroy the hull, and that's where fixed weapons have a serious advantage, because the marker that you see when you are flying indicates where you are going to hit the cockpit, which in the end is what is going to give you the kill. So that's why I believe that if you're skilled, if you're good at using fixed weapons, you've been honing your skill, you just need to adapt to the new flight model. But then the actual automatic gimbal system is not going to be a threat for you, because if you are using fixed weapons, you are going to be more accurate as you are more used to playing with that system. Whereas a casual player will still be struggling with the flight model, will still be will not really understand what's the difference between decouple, not decouple, are they going to strafe, do they need to reduce speed? They are not going to know all of these as well as, I would say, maybe the top 1% who masters flying in Star Citizen. So what we want to avoid, guys, is we want to avoid situations like in Elite Dangerous, where basically no one is doing PvP. The only people who are doing PvP are, again, these hardcore players who know what they're doing, but everybody else is so scared of doing PvP or avoiding PvP or unhappy to do PvP because they know they don't stand a chance. These automatic gimbals are designed to keep players interested, to keep players engaged in PvP activities. You don't want to play just within that 1% group of players who know how to fly. And eventually, people who think that they have absolutely no chance at winning because they don't have thousands of hours to spend on learning how to fly, these people are going to quit. You guys don't want the player base to shrink because having a standing chance in the fight is only restricted to a certain amount of people. If you hone your skill, if you work hard, you're going to have an advantage for sure. But at the same time, you don't want to be stuck in a situation in which you're just going to play within a certain, close group of people, and everybody else is not going to do PvP or avoid or just leave the game. We don't want that. So that's why we need to no, I wouldn't say please the majority, but cater to the majority so that the majority stays and the game stays active. Guys, you have to realize that this is, in the end, what is the most important. Now, is Is the current auto aim, not auto aim, but automatic gimbal system perfect? I would say no. Does it need balancing? Absolutely yes. Now, I've tried, for example, as you can see in this footage, I tried to play Arena Commander Parrot Swarm. And for the first time, I actually completed the game. Something I have never done with the previous system. I think my record was getting to wave 11, and then I was completely owned. With the new system, is it a bit too easy to get kills? I think so. But should we nerf the actual system? I don't know, but we can tweak it a little bit. For example, I believe that the range is a little bit too far. I don't think it's right that we're using auto-aim to shoot at ships that are 1,500 meters away. I think that the limit should be at least probably 1,000 meters or maybe 800 to 500 meters. That should be the actual range. You need to have your ships. You need to have a closer. You need I wouldn't say you need to fight at point blank range, but you need to have a closer approach so that at least these dogfights are meaningful. You can see your opponent. You have a more Star Wars-esque type of dogfighting, and this can really have. Whereas if you still want to use, of course, fixed weapons, then we should maybe increase the range. Maybe bring it to 1,500 meters, 2 kilometers. So there could still be advantages to using fixed weapons, where at the same time, people who still want to use the automatic gimbal weapons still get to fight it, and they need to perhaps increase their flying skills so that they get closer to their target. And I believe that this is maybe one of the directions we could find to currently balance the system. But is it a little bit too easy with automatic gimbals? Right now, I believe it is, and I've tried it myself with Arena Commander. I defeated Parrot Swarm in less than an hour. I was really surprised by that. So yeah, it's a feature that I believe we need to keep as many people as possible on board, but at the same time, it also needs to be a little bit less OP. And I think that by doing that, probably we're not going to reduce the size of the weapons or how powerful the weapons are. But I think here the key would perhaps be the range, having a much closer range, so that it's not really like a remote firing. You see these guys, oh, they're at 1,500 meters, boom, press, click, and then that's it. You don't even see your opponent. I don't think that this is really right. So I still believe that there needs to be a little bit more skills, and these skills here are going to be by direct piloting and not really aiming, since there's no really aiming there. But I think piloting and getting closer to your opponent is the key here. So yeah, that's what I believe. I believe that this system is not perfect, but it should also not be dished. It should be balanced a little bit, and should be balanced with distance, having a shorter range. So tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you happy with automatic gimbals? Do you think it's okay right now to use them? Do you think they're just great as they are, or do you also believe that they need a little bit of nerf? And do you also think that reducing the range is perhaps the solution? Please tell me in the comments down below. I always like to see what you guys are writing. Actually, this video was inspired by one of your comments. I think the lady who sent her message, her comment, is going to recognize herself. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate everything you're doing here in this channel. Today is April 1st, so I'm not going to announce the giveaway because I don't want people to believe it's a joke, but tomorrow I will announce April's giveaway. And yeah, stay tuned to the channel. Also, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to check out our Patreon page. Patreon gets access to lots of different cool perks and advantages, such as automatic participation in giveaways. If you have any questions, it will be answered in the show, or maybe you have your name featured in the video, and access to the Discord, among other things too. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see regular Star Citizen content, and well, drop a comment as always. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's really helping the channel. Once again, this is the Eradicator, and I am signing out.